Vietnamese community more than what exactly you did, Councilman Lee. Nothing will bring in more unity of our community more than exactly what you said in your recommendation. If you look behind us, we have all community. I mean several communities, all religions, all factions in our big community. Not only us, all the Vietnamese American elected officials, we have our friends, our allies here. Just to speak directly to you. We know Vietnam not 30 years ago, not 40 years ago, but as is today. You have heard before, Vietnam maintained the worst record of human rights violations in the history. If you don't know Vietnam, think of it as North Korea. In North Korea, anyone who's speaking like me and doing here will be spent the rest of my life in jail, in prison. What we did, you speak up for our love of the country. You spend many years in prison for that. It's one example. Think of it, Vietnam, just in case I repeat again, if you don't know Vietnam, think of it as North Korea. Then you have a flavor of what Vietnam in your mind stands for. For that reason, we're here today. We're here to let you know, we know you will withdraw, you will have no courage to stand up against that wish of the people in Irvine. But we're here to make sure you will never do it again. Never, ever do that again. Thank you, Mayor, for giving me that opportunity to express my feeling on behalf of my community here in Point Town. Thank you.
Mayor Chiro, followed by Ken Nguyen, City of Santa Ana Commissioner.
Honorable Mayor, City Council members, City of Irvine, my name is Joe Carcio, City Council member in the City of Huntington Beach. I'm here to express my opposition to Irvine establishing a friendship city with the communist government of Vietnam. I'm also happy to hear that Councilman Irvine has pulled this agenda item. This shows that the councilman has leadership, and it shows that he's listened to the Vietnamese community. Thank you for that leadership, council member, for pulling that item, and I hope that we never make the same mistake again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anne, followed by Chad Morgan. Yeah. I'm sorry, Ken Nguyen, City of Santa Ana Commissioner. If not, then Chad Morgan, followed by Hugh Nguyen. Hugh Nguyen, are you there? Okay.
You are Council Member of the City of Irvine. My name is Ken Nguyen. I'm the ambassador to the Vietnamese community. I'm here today to join the Vietnamese American resident of Irvine, Vietnamese community at large, to oppose the recommendation of Councilman Larry Agram to establish a friendship city relationship with the City of Irvine and between City of Irvine and City of Nha Trang. Irvine is home to approximately 20,000 Vietnamese American residents, which majority are political refugees and veterans of the Republic of South Vietnam. Establish any kind of relationship with City of Nha Trang and any city of communist government would be offensive and insult to be resident in Irvine and Vietnamese community in general. I would like to remind you that on January 25, 2011, Irvine City Council was unanimously voted approved the proclamation officially recognized Vietnamese heritage and freedom flag as the official flag of Vietnamese American community in Irvine. Holding my hand. Backstabbing and betrayed the Vietnamese resident in Irvine. And also again, your own policy, which you was proud to declare the Vietnamese community on January 25th, 2011, which Councilman Barry Ekram was among one of 5 council members both approved that. You went against the proclamation that you yourself had voted. In my opinion, your action is a political suicide, and Vietnamese residents in Irvine will remember that with their vote. I would like to take this opportunity to express a sincere appreciation to Mayor and Council Member of the great city of Irvine, especially to Mayor Stephen Choi, Mayor Pro Tem Jeffrey Lavery, Mayorwoman Beth Crone, and Councilmember Christine Shear for your very valuable support for the Vietnamese community in fighting for our interests. Again, thank you so much.
Chad Morgan, followed by Yuan.
Good evening, Mayor Choi, members of the council. My name is Chad Morgan. I'm Chief of Staff for Assemblyman Alan Mansour. Assemblyman Mansour currently represents the 74th Assembly District, which includes the southern half of Irvine, south of Interstate 5. But prior to redistricting, Assemblyman Mansour represented the Little Saigon area. And during his representation of Little Saigon, got to know the Vietnamese community very well and got to learn about many of the stories that I am sure you are going to hear about later on this evening. And a warm and peace-loving and freedom-loving community that has been oppressed significantly in their struggle to find freedom. And you're going to be educated on that tonight, but it's kind of a common sense idea that Vietnam is one of the world's leading human rights violators. And you have hundreds of thousands of people who have come into our community trying to escape communism. It defies logic that this would even be on the agenda. And so on behalf of Assemblyman Alan Mansour, I want to request please vote no on item 5.1 and thank to Tyler Diep and Mayor Michael Vaugh and Mayor Tree Ta for all of the work they have done throughout this entire last weekend to create this and tell the community about what it is you guys were doing. So thank you to all of them for all of the work they've done.
Yuan, Orange County Clerk Recorder, followed by Jose Solario, Rancho Santiago Community College District.
Hi, my name is Hugh Nguyen, Orange County Clerk Recorder. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak. As a Vietnamese American, my dad was an American soldier who died during the Vietnam War. My uncle, who was Vietnamese, also died when I was a child fighting for his country. When we lost our country in April 1975, my mother's brother was locked up for 5 years in a forced labor camp. As a result of the war, we were forced to leave our country when I was 7 years old. I was born into a country at war. My childhood was full of war and horrible memories. Orange County is home to the largest community of Vietnamese residents outside of Vietnam. Vietnamese consider April as a black April because of the fall of Vietnam. And since then, it's a month of grieving. In April 1975, we lost our country. People here risked their lives in pursuit of freedom. We are blessed as refugees to live in this great country we call the United States of America. Where we can enjoy the freedom that my father, many Americans, and Vietnamese died fighting for. Vietnamese has continued to violate the basic human rights of their own people. Vietnamese has not changed, and as long as it continues under the current government, we shouldn't be supporting the Vietnamese government that doesn't respect the human rights and freedom of its people. I'm just one voice and one story, but there are many people here with us today who have similar stories as I do. I'm proud to be an American, but I'm proud of my Vietnamese heritage. I cannot support this item, and I strongly oppose this item, and this item should never come back to this board.
This is L'Oreal, followed by Long Fan.
Thank you. This evening, we're all here as Americans. We're Latinos. We're Americans of all stripes and stars. We are all here also because we all stand for freedom and human rights in Vietnam. Now the president of the Board of Trustees for Rancho Santiago Community College District, but before this I was a state assemblyman representing much of Little Saigon. I took the lead in working with our governors, our legislators to unanimously recognize this beautiful flag that's yellow with red stripes. We have many speakers here today, and I know that the passion is great, but our struggle continues. And tonight, I do want to thank Councilmember Larry Agron, who spoke over the weekend. Thank you for taking the call. I do appreciate that this communist Vietnam city has been taken off the list for friendship cities. We should have no communist Vietnamese cities.